Rivers with our sister station WUSA is live in Brunswick tonight. Megan, with the verdict coming down soon, people are comparing this case to the Kyle Rittenhouse case.
Good evening, Destiny. We're live in downtown Brunswick tonight. We're just across the street from the City Hall, where things have been relatively quiet throughout the entire day, as they are in most southern cities on a Sunday. We saw people going into churches, going into the grocery store, and we had a chance to speak with some of those neighbors about what the mood is here in Brunswick. And they say that it's tense. They say that their faith is what's keeping them, and that faith will also keep the place they call home.
The town of Brunswick was eerily quiet Sunday. Outside of the neighborhood where Ahmaud Arbery was shot and killed stands a cross. In the heart of town, Hungry Hannah's, where people once ate mini meals, is closed. Hardly anyone seen on the streets of downtown Brunswick, all awaiting the closing arguments in a case that has garnered international attention.
Lots of tension. You can feel it with co-workers and what have you. There's like this polarization in society, on the job, wherever you go. You can kind of sense there's a tension, a little polar divide.
Michael Carroll has spent all of his years living in this town. Church is one of the few places he says doesn't carry the weight of the division in his community.
People of faith, and I don't mean just black people, I mean any people of faith. We have all learned that when everything else fails, you can always fall on your knees and you can pray for more strength.
Carroll says he's nervous about the outcome of this trial following the not guilty verdict in the Kyle Rittenhouse case.
Unbelief. It's just unbelievable that any person can walk down the street with an automatic or semi-automatic handgun and then, kill two other people and wound the third and be acquitted. And you think things are a little more progressive in the North, but from what we can see, it's not.
Peaceful protests were seen in this area after Arbery's death. Jean and Fran Christensen are hoping no matter the outcome, violence doesn't ensue.
We just pray that it comes to a just and peaceful solution.
Songs of faith echoed from the choir stand at First Jordan Grove Missionary Baptist Church, where Reverend Johnny Fields pastors.
We are trusting God.
Like in many instances in life, he says we cannot predict what will happen, but it is faith the Brunswick community can cling to as the justice system runs its course.
We're hoping that justice will prevail, that the jurors would look at the case, not bring their biases to the case, but look at it objectively, weigh the evidence objectively, and then compare the evidence to what the law says.
Now, we also spoke with Lee Merritt today. He's the attorney for the Arbery family, and he tells me that they are obviously very exhausted with this case. It has been taking a toll on their family, losing their loved one at such a young age. He also tells me that he believes that they've been targeted by the defense more than any other family in a high-profile case of this magnitude, and that has added to the anxiety level that this family is dealing with while they await the outcome of this trial. It's also important to note that he says that they've received a lot of support from religious leaders and the community, and that is helping them get through this very difficult time. Another note to mention is that a number of those charges carry a minimum of life in prison if convicted, and only a judge will be able to determine if they will be eligible for parole if convicted. We're live tonight in downtown Brunswick. I'm Megan Rivers. I'll send things back to you all in the studio.
Thanks, Megan.